I'll see you. Kwabra. A boka. Boka. I'm trying rap. Where's the camp? Cook tree. Can't cook. Can't.
Okay.
That's unfortunate.
It's a shame.
It may seem as though Kennedy Agyapong is in some hot soup now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I stand before you not just as a journalist, but as a witness to history, a child of Ghana's turbulent past, and a soldier in the fight for truth.
The U.S. court has unanimously ruled in favor of the Ghanaian investigative journalist Aremeyaw Anas, awarding him $18 million in a defamation lawsuit against Kennedy Agyapong.
Yesterday, in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury delivered a unanimous verdict holding Kennedy Agyapong, former Ghanaian MP, liable for defamation and awarding damages of $18 million.
Hey, but wait, $18 million. That's not small money. Wow.
So let me say, we're back court. I only made 5 man, cash man. I be in court. I be a tantana with him. And then you can sky it.
The court declared that Kennedy Agyapong defamed Anas and that he acted with malice by spreading false rumors and unfounded claims against Anas, who is the plaintiff in this case. Yes, today we are in court, so we'll be using court terms, plaintiff.
Over the years, my team and I have exposed corruption at the highest levels, from the corridors of politics to the halls of justice. But in fighting the corrupt, one becomes a target. Mr. Agyapong, in a desperate bid to silence me, labeled me a land grabber, an extortionist, a murderer, a tax evader, and a blackmailer who ought to be hanged. These were not just lies. They were calculated attempts to destroy my credibility and put my life in danger.
So now Kennedy Agyapong has to cough up $18 million in damages. If you don't know, that's about 250 million Ghana cedis. Wow. Imagine if that money entered your Momo account. Hell, just think for a second. If that money entered your account, what will you do? Hey, don't tell me you go and buy gobe. Okay, so while you are thinking about that and trying to explode your mind, let's understand why Anas sued him in the first place.
Case near Fale, we filed on 3 counts. But I couldn't say or say a chrome or a chrome 4. The second one was say or you wouldn't in terms of Onuna or behind the medal of Ahmed Suale.
Yeah.
Now the third one so say a serial killer in terms of Chinese who be Ghana. They move your trial in it to who watches a watchman.
I have money to sue you and pay the best lawyer in America. I'll strip this boy naked. Whatever money I have to pay. Washington, good lawyer.
But here is where things get even more interesting. Back here in Ghana, Anas lost the same case against Ken. The judge here called him a terrorist and even dismissed the case just like that. But in America, it seems it's a different story altogether now. The court ruled in his favor.
While Ghana's legal system failed to deliver justice in 2018, the U.S. court upheld truth. This case was not easy. Proving defamation in the United States requires establishing actual malice by a clear and convincing evidence standard, one of the highest legal thresholds in the world. That the jury ruled 8-0 in my favor on every count is a testament to the fact that Mr. Agyapong acted with reckless disregard. Regrettably, Ghana's justice system has not always lived up to the principles of fairness and impartiality. When I sued Mr. Agyapong in 2018, despite his inability to legally substantiate his allegations, the court ruled against me, with Justice Barr scandalously branding me a terrorist instead of adjudicating the facts before him. This miscarriage of justice was later condemned by Supreme Court Justice Kolende, who rightly described it as a violent abuse of judicial authority.
And now Kennedy Agyapong has some serious bills to pay. Or doesn't he? Oh, maybe. Because Ken's legal team says the case isn't over yet.
Okay. Okay. So at this point, Oma Makoti who say Ombeba 80 million or Omo Pentiswo. How many days do they have to file that?
Okay. So at this point, no, the next thing that's going to happen is that there's going to be a paper, a judgment. I just say courtroom in seal better so.
Yeah.
That will take a few days, and then after that, I believe there's a 5-day rule that's within which you can file that motion. So a bay motion, matese bin mukasa appeal by nya appeal depending on how that motion goes. No,
okay.
We will get a chance. We may get a chance to attempt to get our ×5 of that 18 million, or a big jam and so depending on how that motion goes. No.
What does this even mean for freedom of speech, journalism, and powerful politicians? Is this a lesson that defamation doesn't pay? Or is this a case of different legal systems, different results?
My fight has never been for personal gain, but for the soul of Ghana's democracy. This victory in the US sends a powerful message. The media cannot be silenced, truth cannot be buried, and those who wield power must be held accountable.
Ghana, time will tell. Anyway, thanks for sticking with me to the end. Bye. Hey, no, lest I forget. I want you to always remember, Jesus loves you. Peace. Bye.